All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail. And the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, let's talk about a few big men: Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, and Kevin Durant. Durant and Anthony Davis got injuries, but first let's start off with Andre Drummond. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, check out our NBA Talk playlist, best way to donate, share the video. And yeah, Andre Drummond in a bit of trouble. Well, the Cavs in a bit of trouble. They're not going to play Andre Drummond until they can move him. And there's been some talks about Toronto, getting Andre Drummond. And Drummond played for my Detroit Pistons. Check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. And the issue there was Drummond put up a lot of hollow stats. This is a statistical stat. Excuse me, it's a stat-driven era. All right, they don't care about wins and losses. And Andre Drummond played fantastic, against subpar competition. If this was the '90s, he probably would be a bench player because you would have to see guys like Rasheed Wallace. Late '90s, you had to see a lot of guys. It was Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, the Davis brothers. When he able to go against inferior competition, Andre Drummond is great. When he go against the Joel Embiid's of the world, he get dominated, and that's just the honest truth. And they traded they gave us 2 second-round picks for Andre Drummond, something like that, and now they moving him less than a year later. And it's just what Pistons fans knew. Andre Drummond is not worth the max contract, and when you see guys like Rudy Gobert get the max contract, Drummond think he can go somewhere and get the max deal, but I just think, Cleveland found out, we found out, he just wasn't worth it. All those 2020 games come against the Knicks and shit like that. They don't come against the teams you got to beat, like Boston and, sometimes, and, the Lakers. And he's able to get those stats against the, bottom feeders of the league, Washington Wizards and stuff of that nature. And we really need him to show up, which is the playoffs. He don't really show up. And that's the issue with Andre Drummond. If he played the Knicks he played against the Knicks like he played against the Philadelphia 76ers, he'll be a max deal. And I know it's hard for him to think, how did, Rudy Gobert get a max deal? And one of the reasons how Gobert got a max deal is simply because Rudy Gobert is fantastic defensively wise. If Gobert messed around and got an offensive post game, Utah will be the real team to beat when the playoffs come around. But Andre Drummond don't have none of that. He's not one of those guys that's going to go out there. He get rebounds and putbacks, but he's not going to go out there and offensively kill it, or defensively. He's been playing better defensively this year with Cleveland, but ultimately, he's not Ben Wallace. He's not Dikembe Mutombo. He ain't a Ewing. He ain't Antonio or Dale Davis on the defensive side. That's just not him. And Toronto interested, and I don't think that's a bad idea. They got the Bouchard guy doing pretty good. I'm not sure if he a 5. I mean, you wonder, it's going to be a situation where, it's just a couple minor picks to get him there, or is this going to be a Kyle Lowry 3-team trade or something like that? But Andre Drummond is going to be interesting when he hit the market this summer, because if he do well in Toronto, is Toronto going to pay him what he want? Or they're going to be like, well, we got 25 or 20 million for you. I mean, go see what you're going to get. And I don't know who got cap space next year. You think about the teams, is Sacramento going to get them? I mean, you could think about it. Atlanta Hawks don't want them. They got Clint Capella. Maybe the Knicks will bite. Maybe they can flip him to the Knicks for Mitchell Robinson, even though he's injured right now. But I just watched Drummond play. His whole first half of his career, he one of them dudes that put up hollow numbers. He one of the greatest rebounders that you will see. But when you compare him to other great rebounders like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain and Dennis Rodman, he don't bring nothing else to the table but rebounds and putbacks. He's not going to get in the post or, be a defensive presence and be no fly zone down there. That's not his style. He's not a defensive stopper. He's not an offensive player. He's one of those guys that's probably going to end up, people are like, what happened? What happened to Andre Drummond? Why didn't he reach? He just, for whatever reason, he just don't get no. In Detroit, he didn't get better defensively, and then he didn't get better offensively. You know, he want to sit out here and shoot threes, and you know, dude, that's not your game. Get your big ass on the block and learn to shoot over your right shoulder, shoot over your left. You know, drop step and really dominate the post. His body, his durability, he should be physical on the block like Shaquille O'Neal, but that's not him. But just looking at some teams that could be interested in him, Knicks, maybe Sacramento. They don't like Whiteside so much. Maybe Boston. Yeah, but more in fact, I think it's gonna be more the bottom feeders of the conferences. You know, I think it is. It's my opinion. You don't know what you're gonna get with them because you can't trade them. I mean, you can trade them, but you may not be able to retain them because he wants so much money, man. But you know, he just one of them dudes that never develop. If you're looking for a rebound and a guy that can jump a little bit and put back, he your guy. I think Boston need him bad, but they say they're not going to play him until he gone. Well, he ain't gonna play him again, and they didn't lose something for him. They only gave up like a second round pick or two. So that is what it is. And yeah, talking about Anthony Davis. They said that he had a Achilles strain. And apparently he was injured going into the game last night in Denver. They chanced it. Don't seem like it's a blown out Achilles. He re-injured it, like I said. And he used to have an MRI on Monday, and it looked like it's probably gonna be a strain. And you know, if he was out for the season, the Lakers had no chance. They probably wouldn't even make the playoffs, depending on the help they would get. Lost JaVale McGee. They lost another big fella too, man. Oh, Dwight Howard. They lost a few guys, man. But yeah, man, he important. One of the best players in the league. Definitely top 5, top 7 right now. And I think he able to elevate that because he playing with LeBron, and LeBron know what it takes to win. Anthony Davis don't. And the real telling is once LeBron move on, and the Lakers are Anthony Davis team, I think that's really gonna prove what his legacy gonna be in the NBA. Straight up and down. If he don't win without LeBron, you know, I don't think he's gonna be seen as a top 50 greatest player in his era. But his defense is definitely needed. His offense is definitely needed. They're not gonna win without him unless they're able to replace him. Kuzma can't step up and do what he do defensively, and damn near he can't do what he can do offensively. So we pretty much see where they're going at with it. Hopefully they take their time with it. You know, obviously they're chasing Utah, and they might be chasing the Clippers too. And LeBron took that 4-step trouble or 6-step trouble the other day. People told me it's a gather. There's no such thing as no fucking gather. Once you pro hop, you gather. That's your 2 steps right there. You don't get another. Yeah, they 1 game ahead or 2 games. Well, they ahead of the Clippers by a game in the lost column. Jazz just run away with it. So we'll see. And then you got a situation in the West, the Knicks in the playoffs. I mean the East, the Knicks in the playoffs. Raptors in the 8th spot, and then the Miami Heat just looking out. But I mean, we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully, he's 100% healthy for LeBron's sakes, so somebody else can say LeBron Nash. But yeah, they can't do it without Anthony Davis. So they got to find a way to let him rest, get healthy, and then win some games. But they started to fall behind. The West is just congested. The West is congested, bro. That's what it is. And look at their games coming up. Timberwolves should be a win. They play the Brooklyn Nets, the Heat, Wizards, Jazz. I mean, they can lose some games. They for sure can lose some games. They play the Kings, the Suns, the Warriors, Blazers, Jazz, Wizards, Heat, Nets. And yeah, they should be able to rest them for the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They should be able to rest them for the next 8 games. But let's move on. Kevin Durant got a calf strain, and that's pretty much expected because when I don't know if it's on the same leg or not as Achilles, when you kind of overcompensate, learn to run, and do those things, you probably gonna have those setbacks. He's set to miss 2 games. Shit, I might make him miss 4 games, and then, he don't really predicate his athleticism, but he still need to jump stop, jump cut and do all that stuff. So, and they need him. This Brooklyn's just not going nowhere. It's not. I don't think they, go in the East. They number 3 right now. Like I said, it's congested in the East, and just shit. The Hornets number 6 in the East. That's crazy. But I just don't really see much happening with him, man, as far as that team. So I think he should just heal up and just get ready for, down the stretcher for the next season. But hopefully KD and Anthony Davis get better. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, or video request. All my social media links in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Also got a Facebook group that links all those links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love support. One time, we don't.